Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome all the delegates to the next session of the program. The next session is on the topic Project Proposal Preparation and Drafting with Case Study. It will be handled by Dr. V. Shankar sir. I invite our respected speaker, Dr. V. Shankar sir, to the program. Dr. V. Shankar, M.Pharm, PhD, is a Vice Principal and Head of the Department of Pharmaceutics, PhD College of Pharmacy. He has done his B.Pharm and M.Pharm in Pharmaceutics from Dr. MGR Medical University and his PhD from Bharathidasan University during the year 2010 and has 23 years of experience in teaching and research. He has guided 7 PhD students and is a reviewer of PhD theses for the major universities of South India. He has been awarded as the best pharmacy teacher from the Tamil Nadu Dr. MGR Medical University, Chennai in the year 2011. He has also received the award from PSD Sons and Charities Trust, Coimbatore on Teachers' Day in the year 2016 for the best teacher. He has received 7 Best Paper Awards for the various research and review articles for guiding his PhD scholars and PG students at PSD College of Pharmacy. Dr. V. Shankar has a record of 32 national publications and 29 international publications in his credit. He has published 2 books on marine pharmaceutical compounds and a textbook of novel drug delivery system, and also has a patent on herbal ant repellent in his credit. He has received grants from CSIR, DST, National Medicinal Plans Board, New Delhi, AICTE, and DRDO for organizing various seminars and symposiums at PSD College of Pharmacy. He has also collaborated various funded research projects with DST, FICT, and has initiated for joint fund application with various institutes such as Baba Atomic Research Center, Mumbai, Department of Physics, IIT Chennai, Central Leather Research Institute, Chennai, and National Siddha Institute, Tambaram. I invite Dr. V. Shankar sir to the session, Overview of Project Proposal Preparation and Drafting with Case Study.
I'm audible? Hello, I am audible. A B is there, no? Down. Hello, I am audible. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, Rama is there. Okay. Just a minute, Rama. I'll share the screen. The screen is visible, Rama.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So, good afternoon. I think only a few people are. Slideshow again only. Okay. Now it's okay.
No, sir.
இப்போ பாருங்க full slideshow வச்சாச்சே. Slideshow only now. Just a minute. Slideshow கொடுத்தா Now it's okay, Rama?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Slideshow.
Okay. So just for 45 minutes, only 25 participants are there. So just I want to share my experience with this project proposal preparation. So this actually we have to work a lot for a project proposal. If you are going through my slides, you will understand, and you can start your writing this proposal. Okay. So my this is apart from Rama, any other staff is there in line? Shamla is also there. Yeah, Shamla is there, and Rama madam is there. Am I right? Shamla madam is there, no? Yes, okay. Okay, and other students and the faculty from other colleges also there, but I am not familiar with their name. So just since Shamla madam is from Cognizant and Rama madam is from what is their practice. Madam, can you tell what is in your mind regarding writing a project proposal? Shamla madam, at least Rama tried once with me writing a proposal. Shamla madam. The others also can interact, it's not an issue.
We need to repeatedly write.
Okay, that is fine.
Even if not get a fund, sir, we have to do.
Yeah, we have to write. Okay, now as from a practice point of view, what is in your mind to write a proposal in an area of interest, of your area of interest? You are thinking that if I am writing a proposal in this area or in this topic, whether it is applicable, like that? Or anybody, this is an open platform. So instead of I'm talking monotonous, only 25 people are there, 25 to 30 people are there. I can educate this easily so that the concept will be clear. Shamla madam. Sorry, madam, I'm not making you trouble. No, that's not an issue. No. Hello. Rama madam?
Yes, sir.
What is the project in your mind now to write a proposal? It can be of anything, no problem.
It's related to
Practice.
pharmacometrics, pharmacovigilance.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Pharmacovigilance you want to write. Okay. So you want to have a title of pharmacovigilance for your this one. Okay. Pharmacometrics, I am not much aware, so at least pharmacovigilance I know. Okay. In pharmacovigilance, you want to do something. Already the government of India is also doing a lot of work with the pharmacovigilance of signal reporting and analyzing all these things, and some pharma companies also working in that aspect. In that, what will be your what is the question in your mind for this? What is the pharmacovigilance? What you want to?
Not a specific question, sir. Actually, it's related to patient care. It may be.
To patient care. Okay. Okay. So you want to improve the patient care through pharmacovigilance. That is in your mind. Am I right, madam?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Shamla, madam. Okay, she's not there. Any staff apart from two?
Good afternoon, sir. I am Vijayalakshmi from Wales University. I am basically in pharmacognosy.
Pharmacognosy. You are Vijayalakshmi, madam. Okay, good. Okay.
Actually, I have written a lot of proposal on herbal-based drugs, sir. And but so far I didn't got it. But I am keeping on writing, sir. So
very good. Very good.
As herbal is concerned, we have to convert them into a very good formulation. So good formulation. So I am aiming on that, and I am also interested in doing this nanosomes or phytosomes or nanosomes.
Very good. Phytosomes or nanosomes. Okay. What is in your mind of the topic?
Yeah, I am targeting on psoriasis, sir. It's one of the.
Okay. Very good. Yeah. So this is what I was just asking the question. The area of research is important. That is the requirement of where the research is needed is important. For example, if you are going for a small wound healing, it will be very difficult to get a grant until otherwise you have a new compound. That compound was very successful, then you may get a grant. Okay, or if it is following a new pathway, you may get a grant. But your psoriasis is a good area. There only you have to tune your project to tap the grant. Okay, any other faculty members in line from any institution? Hello? So any other faculty member from either PhD College of Pharmacy or from any other institution or any research scholars in line?
This is Shamla.
Yes, madam. Shamla, madam, you have to, I think, the echo is there. No problem. My question is, what is your project topic in your mind for
formulation oriented, sir?
Formulation oriented for which disease or for which compound or which drug, like that I'm asking.
Sir, mainly for lung diseases, sir. Actually, Vasisin, Adadoda Vasicala, we can develop phytosomes and that can be converted into formulations.
Okay, so lungs. So you want to focus on lung diseases. Okay, so that is also a hot topic. Okay, so that is also a hot area. Definitely, if you are tuning your proposal with the different mechanisms or different pathways like that, definitely you will get it. Okay. So Rama madam also you can think of since you have done your PhD in cancer, you can think of going in some cancer aspects also. Okay, rather than pharmacovigilance separate study. Okay. So just I want to put the question because when you want to write a project, what are the requirements you may will come into your mind? What are the requirements come into your mind?
Sir, a problem.
Okay, good. So there should be a problem.
How can we solve that problem?
How we can solve the problem? Okay, a problem
should be a society benefit one.
Yeah, very good. So the problem should be a society benefit one, and it should be of a new area. Okay,
Approach.
that is, the area should be a new, and there should be a need for the society. So one Vijayalakshmi madam also told psoriasis, and you also told for lung related diseases using some vaccine like that. Okay, so the disease is important, the importance of the society is important, okay, and the facilities to do that is important. So the problem is important, and what is the solution? Okay, just with this, just I'll move to the next slide. So yeah, so when you're writing a proposal, it is a document. That document, everything it outlines, and it will help you to initiate a project. So first, we should be very clear which disease or which drug we are going to take. It is the first step. So we should not make a mistake there, because if this origin is the problem, then we'll find a lot of hurdles when we are going to the next step. Okay. So it will give you a new project idea. So now the three people who interacted with me, they told a new thing is there in their mind, especially for the psoriasis. The psoriasis, the ICMR has a separate division, madam, where separate funds will be released frequently every 3 years or every 5 years. That is the thing. So when you're having a project, you should have a title. You should have a when to start and when to end. That is important. What is your objectives and goals? All are important. So this is general. All are known to these objectives and goals. But how to write a definite objective? So there this one lies. The key factor for success lies. How to write a defined objective, and how to correlate the objective with the goal. So that are the main points in the proposal. So that I will show in my case studies also. Okay, so that you can see how the specific objective, when you are writing a general objective, how it is getting rejected. At the same time, if you are writing a specific objective, how it is getting corrected or connected. Okay, that is important. Okay, so apart from that, you may have what is that next one? The funding agencies will ask different criteria or requirements, okay, with respect to your abstract approaches or goals. So first one is you have to make a pre-proposal. So the pre-proposal is important. Any faculty in line to tell what is pre-proposal? Pre-proposal. So this pre-proposal system is in ICMR, and it is also in DST Nano Mission, this pre-proposal. Any faculty or any research scholar, have you got what is pre-proposal?
It's
Any idea?
abstract, sir.
Yeah, good. It is abstract. Why the funding agencies are asking for this pre-proposal? Any idea? Mainly ICMR and DST Nano Mission.
Whether it is falling under the trust area or not, likewise.
Yeah. So with the two things, they will come to a conclusion. Whether, like you told, whether it is a trust area, and second one, with your heading and with your 250 words, they will come to a conclusion. Really, the proposal is of national importance, and it is whether really some output will be there or not. They will easily find out. Why this system was brought in, whenever there is a call for proposal from DST Nano Mission or ICMR, approximately how much proposals from India normally they will submit? Any idea? Approximately. Whenever the ICMR call for projects in website, this one, almost they will get 3,000 to 4,000 proposals they will get. So it is very difficult for them to scrutinize and to evaluate all these things. So they will do a pre-proposal, and they will, filter the pre-proposal itself, and the pre-proposal is passed, then you will be going for the, full proposal submission. So the next question, so if you are crossing in the pre-proposal, whether we will definitely will get in the full proposal, that is again a question. There again, your writing and your contents decides the success. So different types of proposals are there. Just okay. Actually, the heading is just a minute. Okay, so different types of proposal. If you are seeing, this is first one is the academic proposal. This is normally will takes place in either in Indian universities or abroad universities. When they carry out a proposal, the universities will fund for the students. So based on the merits, they will screen and they will award that. That is academic proposal. Next one is just a minute. Actually, the headings, yeah, okay, I'll keep this down. Yeah. So the response to an research proposal, that is request for a proposal. So this is the normal what our funding agencies are doing, or our ICMR, DBT, all they are doing based on this. Okay. And third one. Next is generic proposal.
Yoga
So
therapy.
Some, I think some crosstalk is there. Hello. So am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. The third one is this generic proposals. So this generic proposals, again, the public organizations also will invite proposals to fund partially or completely. So that type of proposals also will come into picture. So these are different types of proposal. So whatever the proposal, whether it is academic proposal or research proposal, or it is the third one like generic proposal, whatever thing, the title is important. So this any of the title you can mention what you have in your mind for doing psoriasis treatment, madam.
So development of herbal gel for the psoriasis.
Okay.
Many title I've given. I don't know.
Many title. You are trying in the topical, am I right? Topical application.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So whenever you are giving a title, you cannot be very like our Master of Pharmacy titles or our PhD titles is entirely different from the project titles, madam. Rama, any idea about title? What is for the pharmacovigilance? You told no. Shamla, madam. Shamla, madam. No. Any other faculty members?
Sir?
Shamla, madam, any title you can say for that vaccine?
The formulation, same thing, similar like sir, formulation development or phytosomes development for the diseases of lung diseases or lung cancer.
But you want to give orally, am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Orally.
You want to give for orally, okay.
Yes.
That madam want to make it for topical. Okay. Any other participant want to give a title here for their study? No problem. It can be open, no problem. Okay, so I'll with this too I'll tell, madam. Your title is very broad. You can be very specific. That is, you should use the word a novel approach. Okay, like that you have to start. And whether you have any for psoriasis, any receptor is involved, madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What receptor? Can I know that?
Hackett cell, keratinocyte cells, and intermediate markers like TNF alpha and interleukins.
Very good. So you are telling the Hackett cells, no?
Yes,
so
sir.
that should come in your title.
Yes,
that is a novel approach. This is just for discussion I'm telling. Okay, a novel approach to Hackett cells using your some medicinal compound or something you told me, no? That is using this one for the treatment of psoriasis. Like that, it should be there. It should be specific. That is, you want to target some cell for the psoriasis using a gel. Like that, it should come. Okay. Similarly, Shamla Madam also told it is for oral. So oral means that is you have to see that you have to make it the word in such a way, an attempt, a novel attempt or an innovative approach in the development of oral dosage form. Like that, it should come. Okay. Generally, when Madam told about lungs, so lungs, there, where you want to make it more focused. So it should be some organ, some what is that, the receptor or something should come in the title. Okay, so that is very important. And next one, if you are seeing abstract. So like the 250 words or 500 abstract, the 500 words abstract is a very challenging. Even if we looked at, okay, what is that writing abstract? I will write within 2 hours. If I'm taking from 10 literatures, I will write. But all the funding agencies are linked with the centralized digital literature screening system. All the scientists in the ICMR or DBT or the evaluators, they can easily pull out the papers from the national repository. That is what is it, like PubMed, like Scopus. They can assess and they can take your abstract with the plagiarism. So you have to check the abstract even for plagiarism. That is very important. The abstract has to be checked for plagiarism, and in the abstract should be very clear how your drug will go to the hacked cells and how will you ensure that the drug went to the hacked cells and the efficacy is correlated. So like that for the treatment of psoriasis. So like that, you have to be very precise and you have to take 1 to 2 days for writing the abstract itself, the 250 words, because that is the title, and abstract is very, very important for a project. The methodology is vast. So most probably we'll be taking from the literature, from other journals, books, all these things. But this you have to be very precise. And after abstract, some agencies will ask for executive summary. So there they will easily find out whether your methodology and abstract are getting correlated. If you are writing something in abstract and if you are writing in executive summary, okay, you are telling that you are going to determine the pharmacokinetic parameters for the vaccine based dosage form, oral dosage form. But here you are writing pharmacokinetic parameters means what parameter you are going to check, whether you are going to check a t-half, or whether you are going to check a mean residence time, whether you are going to check a AUC. So they will link the abstract with the executive summary. So that is very important. So you have to be very careful in all the steps. And next one is the literature review. Why we are doing literature review for a project? Any idea why we are doing literature review?
Sir, what are the previous works have been done?
Okay.
And what we can catch through that? Any methodology or anything we can adopt?
Okay. Any other input from audience?
Lacuna left over, sir, in the reported work.
Very good. So one is to, like Shamla Madam told, to know the what is all published with respect to that, and second is like you told, what is the lacuna. Any other thing simple? So another one point.
The same thing not be repeated by any other person, not the
report. Yeah, to find out any other person. The third is the two answers you told to faculty members. Third is find out a solution. So where is this two already you are knowing, the literature is there, what is the lacunae? So how this lacunae can be bridged? We call it as the gap analysis, GAP. So the gap analysis is very, very important in project. So this is existing. This is I want. How to fill the gap? Whether I can fill the gap with my essential facilities. That is important. So that's why we are doing the this one. Okay. So that is the literature review is very important. Literature review, last how many year literature you will be seeing when you're writing a project?
Till date, sir.
Till date means
Current year.
last 10 years literature will be seeing.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Here, yes. Last 5 years you have to take it, but again there two categories you have to divide. One category is if you are seeing for 5 years. In that 5 years, that is you omit the last 1 year. Okay, you take the you omit the last 2 years and you take the back the 3 years. Okay, that is for giving you a knowledge. This last 2 years is for what are the other related works done in this area and which is catching up. So this two information is very important when you are writing a project. Many of my students will do, sorry to say, even PhD scholars will ask, sir, can I take the abstract and paste it as such? No, abstract is for reading, okay, not for just pasting in our book or this one. So in that, what has to be extracted? That is last 3 years, and last 2 years, what are the new developments in that area with respect to different research? So that is the thing. So this is the important criteria in the literature. And next is background or history of the project. So here, the background or history, what is that? Any background or history? Anybody can say why this? We have to be very cautious. Any idea?
Sir, anything funded by that relevant activity, anything funded by the same institute or other institutes, other agencies?
That is one. Okay. Background or history of the work, whatever we are going to do. Okay. Then, so this, I told in the last slide, you are going to see the gap. That gap answer has to be written in the background or history. So these are the already the what is that, psoriatic preparations, or these are the lung preparations, or these are the pharmacovigilance data available. Okay, and I am going to work on this. By doing this, I can be able to make this more what is that, accurate or more efficacy, like that we have to this one. So after literature, the background, for example, I am a pharmaceutics person. How we will write means tablets, parentals are available in the market, and now we have transdermal patches, but the transdermal patches has the lacunae of sticking and taking is the problem. So now I am going to take a moisturized gel which will be long lasting for longer time. So like that you have to, what is that, coin the words and you have to bring the flow. So the background also plays an important role in the project writing. Key research questions. So this is again a very important thing with respect to key research question. So this means you have to sit in a calm place and you have to think whether it is possible really for me to correct the problem really. For example, either the psoriasis or this lungs, why others not able to do it, where they failed. So what are the reasons for the failure? So especially in DBT, I have seen this is very interesting. They will ask a question like this only. On what way you are very confident that you can overcome the problem? What are the tools you will use to overcome the issue? Like that, they will ask a lot of questions. So here you have to ask yourself how to solve this issue and whether this issue can be solved, and if the issues, and they will put another question also. If your target is not achieved, what are the alternate pathways to finish the project? So like that also they will ask. So if I am going to prepare one formulation of liposomes, if it is not going to get success, then I have to make a solid lipid nanoparticle. If solid lipid nanoparticle fails also, then I should have an idea to make nanolipid carriers, NLC. So like this, I have to think when I am writing a project. So that is the importance of key research questions. You have to ask yourself. So methodology, and here I'm not going to explain much thing. All the standardized procedures, validated procedures, reported in good journals of good databases, that alone can be done. Even some few months back, we tried a procedure, what is reported in the journal. We didn't get the answer at all. So the journal, what we are following is very important. So the methodology, what are the facilities you require, all these things. Okay. So now you return a project, okay, all these things, and then you also got granted means, then what type of analysis you are going to bring it. That is very important. That is, and what is the expected outcome? That is called solution. And data analysis, whether you are going to use SPSS software, or whether you are going to use GraphPad Prism, whether you are going to use one-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA, or using SPSS, whether you are going to see the risk factors and not risk factors, like that, whether you are going to do all these things plays a important role. Why? This will give you, for example, if some project is with the cancer and vitamin C, really the vitamin C along with the anti-cancer drugs enhancing the activity. So like that. So whether it is significant, GraphPad Prism, SPSS, all these things you have to correlate, and what is the expected outcome is the solutions. And this research limitations, no need to write in the project book, but when you're writing a project, but you can, so the research limitation is the question I coined in the previous slide. If the project is not getting, success, what are the alternate strategies you will follow? So that is the research limitations answers. So this is for you to make a self-assessment with respect to the research limitations. And scheduling is important. You know that any funding agency will be giving for 3 years. And there are some funding agencies like CSIR or BRNS, that is Baba Baba Atomic Research in Nuclear Sciences. All these people, if the project is found to be satisfactory and progressive, they will go up to 5 years. And sometimes DST Nano Mission also will give you for 5 years. But you have to have a justification for that. And this bibliography is important. The citing the reference should be of uniform style. What are the reference styles we can use when you are writing a book or a project book or a project proposal? What type of references are there? Any types of references are there?
So
Style of yes.
Vancouver style.
Vancouver style. Another one more style. We have 5 style of writing the reference. If you are going to Google and you put that word citing the reference in what format, it will give you 5. But widely used is Vancouver. The uniformly throughout the book, your Vancouver style should be followed. I got a problem in this issue and I lost a project because I didn't take into care the literature much at the time. So I made all the Arabic numerals inside, and then backside I made it in A to Z. So I am not able to correlate which references for which author. So because of that, I lost one project. So be very careful with the bibliography writing also. And again, the contact details about your email, proper institution details, all are very essential. If you are very careless, simply they will omit the project, because they will see that this is a mandate for this one. And if any other information you want to give, you can give us appendix. For example, your college is having NAC accreditation. Your college is having DSIR, Department of Scientific Industrial Research Organization affiliation. And you want to show that this project is of very important, and some companies are even interested to proceed if there is a lead outcome of the project. All these things you can keep in the appendix as a supporting material. Don't be afraid it has not been asked why we have to keep, because all these are the supporting documents. And suppose if your institution is in NIRF ranking, you can keep that NRF ranking certificate as a copy. All these things are to know that you are working in a good institution and you have some basic facilities, and you are very interested to do a project. Okay, so whether they are going to see or not, but you are showcasing that you are very much interested in the project. Okay, so that is also there as appendix. So these are the things always you have to keep in your mind when you are writing a problem. So what is the issue? Why is the issue or a problem? What should change? How I can change? And what should and who should be involved? Whether a single team or a multiple team of people are involved, that is very important. And this SMART also always you have to keep in mind when you're writing a project. Whether your project is specific, that is important. So like the psoriasis, some the cells, whether it is going specific, what components you included to make it specific. Simply the drug won't go to that cells alone, am I right? And similarly the vaccine alone from the blood, it won't go only to the lungs, it may go to the other organs also, and it may excite some of the activity there. So how you are justifying your drug will go only to the psoriasis cells, so that is important. And how it is measurable, how the psoriasis is getting reduced because of only this material. So that is very important. That is also important and attainable, whether you are able to get the results in an attainable way, and whether the results are relevant, and whether it is time bound. The time bound means that is timelines have to be there in the project. That is very important. So you have to be you have to have a SMART goal as a tool when you are doing a research. And be specific. That is, have your friends who will definitely will work and who is interested in research, and you start the project. Don't join with the half-hearted or without full dedication. It will be very difficult. Okay, so you have these questions also. Which requirements or which limits our project, this one, why we are not able to get a project, and who will be involved more in this process. Okay, so if I'm going to work for industry, what the businessman will consider from this project, all these things are there. Because just I want to share one of my experience before this COVID. We have one company called Telma. They came to us. And they simply given us two-line specifications. Two-line specifications. What is their specification is? That is surgical site infections after surgery are happening frequently. And the microorganism is mostly, if I'm right, E. coli. So the surgical site infections have to be reduced using a surgical site suture. So just you make a suture coated with the antibiotic. The antibiotic we can choose. The antibiotic we have chosen is ceftriaxone, and we have developed a rough suture. It's not a real suture. This is a rough suture we have developed, but it didn't come properly. There again we have to work still more. So this type of things is called specific. They want a suture for surgical site space to avoid the infection at the surgical site. So we have to find the organism, we have to take the antibiotic, we have to coat the antibiotic in the suture, and whether the suture is possible and whether suture is rigid and not fragile. All these are our concern. So like this, you have to be very specific in your project. So this is the thing already we have discussed, the gap analysis here mainly. So what is the gap analysis? You can see here the gap analysis, and what are the new strategies you are going to use in your project. So what is your goal? So if you are writing this, then you can expand. So for this itself, you require 1 to 2 days. That is very important. What is your goal? What is your gap after the literature survey, like the 5-year literature survey? What is the key strategies? what is the timeline action, and what are the metrics you are going to use the data analysis, and what is the expected result. So this is important. So this is the, they call it as goal-based planning process. And final is, any agency will see whether the key benefit is there or not. They will give you a score for each of your project. My principal will frequently say whether your project will get a high score. If you are like our passing in the examination, the student passing in the examination, your project should have a high score. Okay, and if your project is excellent with the high score, 100% funding is there. If your project is, what is that, good, okay, there is a chance for funding, and the second year funding you may get or you may not get. And if it is moderate, it's very difficult to get a fund. So in that case, you have to see all the potential key benefits out of the project, whether you are going to bring a new product on the market, and whether clients will be satisfied by yourself, your product, whether you are going to operate on a low cost, whether you are going to bring a new leads, or whether your product will have improved efficacy, and whether it will have a better retention rates. All these things, they will be keen. And whenever the DBT proposal comes, they will ask a question, whether any industries interested to technology transfer or scale up this project. And even a mail from industry will be useful at the time. So like that, the questions will be there. Okay, so just another 10 minutes to wind up the case study. So this case study, I'll share my slides, what we submitted in the initial stages in 2012 or 13, and after some 5 to 6 years, how we have tuned the project, because the same project we have tuned all these things. And finally, I'll close with what are the different funding agencies you can slowly start with on a sharing basis, and then you can go on an independent project. With that, I'll wind up exactly another 10 minutes. Some 7-8 years back, just we submitted a proposal that I'll share you now. Is it visible now? Hello?
Yes, sir. Sir, will you please put in a slideshow?
Okay, when I'm putting a slideshow. I had to put the slideshow in the window button. If I'm putting in the window button, it is telling that. Just a minute. Is it okay?
Sir. Okay, sir.
So this is the project, just to share. We want to develop some nanovesicles for the delivery of anti-cancer drugs. So here we are taken only the size into account. You know that most of the faculty or the pharmacology members, you know about the EPR effect. So just we want to transport the drug more into cancer cells by means of EPR effect with the desired size. But they told funding is not possible. Just the same chemotherapy, we want to make it as now the drug is given only as given as in IV injections, but we want as nano vesicles. So by making a nanovesicles of 100 to 200 nanometer, the EPR, that is be having a pore size between 250 to 300 nanometers. So all the drug molecules will quickly go. Like that, we have submitted a proposal. Okay, and then also we thought that we have conjugate with the folic acid that vesicle, so that the vesicle will go and attach only to the folate receptors expressed in the cancer cell. But they asked the question, the folate, the receptor is not only the cancer cell, maybe the expression may be more in the cancer cell. But in normal cells also, to a smaller extent, folate receptors will be there. Then your drug will be taken up by that receptors also. So that was the question. So this was the study some 8 years back. We didn't get fund. Just I want to share. This is the size we want to make it, and we want to make the tissue studies and develop the tumor models with the DMBA, dimethyl benzene anthracene. That chemical model we want to use all these things. But they told 2 lakh they told us you have to do it in nude mice. Nowadays the chemical induced mice is not accepted. That is one. Second one, your targeting site is a well-known site, and many papers and many, even though product is not there, many papers have been published in that area. So we didn't get a positive sign. So this is the thing just I want to say. Whatever the receptor you are taking is also should be a new receptor or new pathway or a new type of treatment. If you are taking the same folate receptor, it may be a very challenging situation. So this is the one just I want to show us a previous preliminary study. So when we started writing the project, we got only this much idea at the time. What is the receptor? What is the target? And how we can make the drug to reach the target. Okay, so again, if you are taking any cancer studies, the funding agencies are now, they are asking to do with the nude mice. So that is the one. And another thing I will share with you. Are you able to see the slide?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is the another project. So this is a task force project. This just I want to share with you what is task force. Whenever the government gets a disease of importance, they will call for the this task force project. Now even for the COVID proposals, many proposals are coming. All are maybe task force. That is, they will give fund allocation to the project so that some research outcome will be definitely come out of it. Like that, they want to do it. So now for the COVID, at the time they made it for diabetic retinopathy. So even just I want to tell this Sundara Ramaprabhu, he's a leading person in the IIT Madras Department of Physics. One time I happened to meet him and I told about this. So he told, okay, we will work it out. That's not an issue. Like that he told. But here also we are not able to break up. So what I'm telling, even if you are having a very strong collaboration with the reputed institution also, if your score of the project is not up to the level, they are not funding. So that is the real picture I want to really share. Because we have tried our level best in this project because we want to make the drug to the posterior region of this eye, where it is very difficult for the drug to reach the posterior path because of the retinal, all this, what is that, the retinal barrier, cornea and conjunctiva, blood retinal barrier, all this thing will reduce that reaching the drug. So we found that using a literature, the mucous layer inside the eye, so that is of some positive charge, and chitosan is of chitosan is of positive charge, and that mucosal layer is of negative charge. So we try to make this two monoclonal antibodies is the only treatment for the diabetic retinopathy at the time. Now this is 5 years back. Now I don't know. So these two drugs, if you are able to deliver to that posterior segment by means of gel, we tried, but we didn't get that fund. So here you can see that positive charge amine groups of the chitosan will make the negative charge mucin groups to attach to the corneal surface, and the drug will be released in a sustained way or in a slower way. So that is the concept we proposed. So this picture, if you are seeing that, it will show where the drug has to go. It is from the posterior segment the drug has to go. So this is the another one. So, and we even done a proof of concept. That is, when you're applying, it will be a liquid. You can see that. So this is mostly the credit goes to Sriram Karthik, who has done PhD here, and now he's in USA. So he is behind this proposal. Just only many of things is concept only. So based on this body temperature, the solution will get converted to a gel and it will get transported. So that is the thing we have seen. So when you are writing a project, you have to think of this proof of concept. You have to think of this hypothesis. All these things are very important. As such, you have to convince the granting people. So that is there. This is the work plan. So first year, second year, third year. And what are the deliverables? So our deliverable is, if they are giving fund, we will definitely make a biodegradable thermosensitive gel using chitosan with the 2 monoclonal antibodies meant for treating diabetic retinopathy. The monoclonal antibodies are ranibizumab and alfibizumab. And this will make the entry of nanoparticles easily to the posterior segment. And this technology can be commercialized. But this also, just I want to share, we didn't get that. And whenever you are writing a project, you should have a paper related to that. That is very important. So how you are proving your expertise. So that is also very important. And this publications is very important when you are making a project. Okay. So this also just I want to share. And the last one just I want to share. Another 5 minutes, I'll this one, because this should be useful to the young generation who are going to write the project proposals. So this is the next one. So this we went to the second level, but after that we got selected in the first level. We went to the second level. There we lost our score. So this is again the folate conjugated. What I had done 6 years back, I had done, but here now I was concentrating to a receptor in a pH sensitive way. At the time we didn't do any pH sensitive way. So now we have made this pH sensitive way, and this is Dr. Arjun, who has completed PhD. He was behind this, completely behind this work. We know the cancer cells are acidic. So our aim is to make the drug to go only to the cancer cells which are acidic in nature, and it won't go to any other cell apart from this one. So we have taken a polymer that is called as PP, pH sensitive polymer. So that polymer will be coated with our carrier, and it will go only to the ovarian cancer cell places, and it will get cleaved there, and it will follow a endocytosis pathway, and the drug uptake will be there, so that the complete destruction of cancer cells with the low dose is also possible. So this was our 6 to 7 years slowly reading many papers, and we got the concept. But here also we didn't get the fund. This is the thing concept you can see here. I think carboplatin. Why we are taking carboplatin is the carboplatin is a drug now clinically widely used. So that is also very important. When you are going to start a project, better you have an interaction with the clinician who is really treating the people. Because sometimes we will write a project and that project will not be useful to the society at all. So that type of project, I won't, we won't be very happy at the time. So here this carboplatin is widely used for both ovarian cancer. So that we thought that, okay, we will try that drug using this pH sensitive concept, but there also we didn't be able to make it. So this is the thing, and always this I want to show. When you are going to write a proposal, you should have some preliminary work. That is very important. So here most of the funding people will lose their interest. So you should please work some data, have some data, and that data you tell that you have worked in this area, you got a paper, you got some results. So based on that, you are writing for the funding agency. So that is very important. So whatever the project you are writing, you should have some preliminary data in your hand. So this is the novelty, making only the pH cancer cells with the pH 5 to 6. In other areas, the drug won't get cleaved. Okay, and this will be only acting on the folate receptor alpha on the surface of the cells of the ovarian cancer cells. So this is the one. So lastly, I conclude my this one. Just a minute, because there are a lot of shares. Yeah, it's visible. Sorry, sir. Now it is visible. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So the last 3-4 slides are very important. Which type of funding agency you have to apply for a project as a initial taker of the project? Okay. So general funding agencies are there. DST, SERB, DST, Nanomission, all these things should have ICMR, DBT, Tamil Nadu State Council for Science and Technology, AACT, subject to affiliation and NB accreditation if you're having. And last one, which is this is there, UGC. UGC is applicable only to universities, not to affiliated colleges. So this is very important to which agency and which time you are applying. This SERB will frequently give you notifications if you're going to this website. So now it is self-learning, you can learn. So this type of agencies will go for routine. So before going to the routine agencies, what I suggest is for the all this new people now for coming and writing the projects. First, you start working with joint research proposals. What is joint research proposals? These are the labs. Collaborative funding agencies are there. So what you have to do is, you go to the websites of CSIR, DRDO, Ayush, Baba Atomic Research in Nuclear Sciences, all these things. BIRAC will leave it. BIRAC also you can take it, no problem. So here, there is a provision. CSIR labs are throughout India. DRDO labs also there. Ayush has many collaborative institutes. For example, National Institute of Siddha in Tambram is part of Ayush related institute. And this Baba Atomic Research Center, they also have some few centers throughout India. To go to their websites, find out which scientists are working in which area related to pharmacy, pharmacology, pharmacognosy, anything. You take some similar project in your institution. You do some preliminary study. Okay, you put them a mail, sir, I am working in this area, I am interested to do a project. Then they will give you an idea, especially in CSIR, all these things. They will be one co-investigator, they will be one investigator, you will be one investigator. Both of you jointly will write, and from institution side you will submit. From CSIR side they will submit the proposal. That will be scrutinized in that center itself, and both of you will jointly submit to CSIR New Delhi or DRDO New Delhi or Ayush New Delhi. Here, what is the advantage is, there is more chances of getting funding is possible at the initial phase. Once you became familiar in that, you go to the previous slide, whatever I have shown. This is my advice only. You can go directly also, but I failed in the first one many times. I will show the last 2 slides, which will be very funny if you are seeing. Okay, so at the time you know why I'm telling this. And third one is private project funding. There are, if you are very interested, there are many private funding agencies are there. Tata Fellowship for PhDs, Bill Gates Foundation is given, but the project nature varies. Academic people have to spend more time for this type of project, where your academic activity will be limited. And hackathon type, and HIV/AIDS Foundation also sometimes globally, they will release some project mainly for pharmacy practice related aspects. So if you are very interested, you can see that also. So this is my travel all this 10 years. But after 10 years, I got only one project. That is also a CSIR project. So only I told I got failure in the first one. So these are the DBT projects we have submitted every time. Whenever there is a call, we submitted this nano formulation, nano, all these things. But all the 5 we got failure only. As I want to share. Very meticulously written also, and maybe we may not be to their level. This one I told, no, the diabetic retinopathy at the Indian Institute of Technology. This one, okay. So only thing is you should be very patient. You will be spending hours, sometimes days or hours may be required, and the outcome may be again 0. So at the time you should not become what is that I am trying, I'm not getting, whether I'm not fit for that. Not like that. You should keep always the known scientist of Thomas Alva Edison. He have failed 10,000 ways for a bulb, okay, but he has taught in such a way. He found that 10,000 ways won't work. 10,001 way he got the success. If he has not crossed the 10,000 ways, then he should not have discovered the bulb. So the failure is always denied. Okay, so that is the thing. And also you have to wait for the fish, and the luck also should have an important role. So the luck is important. Like this pigeon catches a fish. Luck is when the preparation meets opportunity. So I thank the organizers, and I just, for a project, you don't think that an individual can do it. You come across the borders. There should not be any boundaries for drafting a proposal or submission a proposal. So teamwork makes the dream work. Otherwise, the dream will be always a dream. Okay, so keep your mind, take a team, and you be very light, whether it is getting or not. It's a trial and error. Okay, so just with this, I'm concluding that project proposal preparation and drafting expertise can be developed through brainstorming sessions in institutions with subject experts. It may be inter-institution or intra-institution in a collaborative manner to tap grants. And continuous and untired efforts with dedication and patience is required to get a project grant, because you don't think that if you are getting a failure into a project, you are not good. Don't think like that. Frankly, I'm telling, because a lot of factors have an influence on that. One time when I was very upset, Dr. Radhakrishnan, the director for PhD Institute of Advanced Studies, I told, sir, I'm continuously writing, I'm not getting. So what he told, a single word, see, there is a funding mechanism in the government. If I am right, 80% of the fund will be supported mostly to government institutions. They purely depend upon this. And another 10% fund will be given to mostly the deemed universities or universities of reputation. And another 10% will be given to the affiliated institutions. So you are working in an affiliated institution, so you go on trying without thinking that your project, you are not capable or you are not talented. Like that, he given a very positive note. So you please be follow that and be very bold, and don't think that if somebody has got, so whether they are there, that's not the time. So luck has to come to you also. So I thank my teachers, Dr. Narmada Sambasivam and Dr. Rukmani, my PG and PhD guides. And I thank my former principal, Chandrasekharan sir, and Dr. Ramnan sir, for motivating my research journey. And it's my, if I'm not doing this justice, it's my time to thank all my co-researchers and scientists from all the different institutions in India and abroad. Sorry, there is a spelling error. Abroad, both in academic and government sessions. They came forward to submit a joint research proposal with our institution, even though we didn't get. It is also a very tiring work for them. They have to take the approval. They have to present the project in their institution, all these things. And I always thank my MPharm and PhD students. They will give me a lot of input. So thank you for this wonderful opportunity. So if anything with respect to queries, I'm answered to you. Thank you. Hello. Madam, I'm not audible.
Thank you for the wonderful session.
Okay, thank you, madam. Hello. Madam, any clarifications regarding the drafting or project proposals? So you find a disease, you find a receptor, you find the gap, you find how to make a successful product at the lab level. Technology transfer can be done at the second phase.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful session given by you, sir.
Okay, no problem. Thanks, Shamla madam, for at least because I need some people to have some interaction. Then only the session will be good. For that only, I thanks Rama.
Session will
also.
be alive, sir. More interesting, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Madam, any doubts regarding any students, those who want to do research? So the drafting, immediately we won't get the skill. After 4 or 5 projects, if you are writing, then you will get automatically the skill. Maybe I can say that you will be reading more and more, will become familiar. That's my experience. In the particular area or particular topic. And you will find many friends of the same group. That will be okay. Any other thing? Okay. Thank you for all the listeners. And if anything, you please mail me. Thank you. I'll give to the basis.
Thank you, Dr. V. Shankar sir, for that session. Delegates, thank you I thank each and every one of you for your kind participation also. There is an important information, delegates. Ram sir will convey that.
Ram Praveen, sir, no audio.
Sorry, ma'am, am I audible to you, ma'am? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, now audible.
Yeah, sorry for the
Now you
inconvenience.
are audible, sir.
Yeah, sorry for the inconvenience. So good evening, everybody, again. So as part of this refresher course, we have an assignments for each delegates on the protocol preparation and the presentation. So in part of that refresher course, you have to prepare a presentation with your own idea in your own domain. And these presentations, you can add all the inputs given by the previous speakers. So the presentation will be screened by the expertise, and you will have a chance to present your own project in front of all the audience. So you have to prepare a presentation on protocol, with the protocol, and it's sent to us before 11 a.m. of tomorrow. And we need somebody to I need some volunteers. We need some volunteers to showcase your presentation tomorrow. If anybody wants to present your own project, you can give your name here so that we'll add you as a host for tomorrow's session, afternoon session. So it is open to all. We don't restrict anybody from PSG or outside from PSG. Anybody can give your name so that we'll add you as a host. You can present here and get the expertise idea to fine tune your presentation.
So presentation in online.
Shall we take some time,
Yeah,
sir?
yes, ma'am. You can virtually you can present, ma'am. You can present in the same way as the speakers are presenting.
Any restriction of slide, sir? Any?
Till now, we don't have any restrictions, ma'am. We'll get back to you. If you give your name, we'll give the any restrictions or anything regarding the presentation. We'll mail you, ma'am.
With the budget, we have to prepare, sir.
You just try to prepare all the protocol what they have given.
Okay.
So the same way as how you'll be presenting to some funding agency, the same presentation we need.
Mr. Ram Praveen, the name knowledge morning.
Ma'am, voice break out, ma'am.
Check now, sir.
Ma'am, sorry, ma'am, voice break. There's a chat box, ma'am.
Okay.
Ipa clear, ma'am.
ஒரு கொஞ்சம் டைம் கொடுக்க முடியுமா? ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ண முடியுமா இல்லையா? மார்னிங் சொல்லலாமா?
எஸ் மேம், நீங்க மார்னிங் எங்களுக்கு பிரசன்டேஷன் சென்ட் பண்ணிருங்க மேம். ஈவினிங் மார்னிங் சொன்னீங்கன்னா கூட போதும். நாளைக்கு ஈவினிங் பிரசன்ட் பண்றத வெளியில இருந்து வேற யாராவது வந்தாலும் ஓகே மேம்.
ஓகே ராம்.
Anybody from other college outside PSG want to present your projects? But it is mandatory for everybody to present at least send us presentation, any one presentation with the same time. You have to send us a presentation before 11 a.m. It is mandatory for every participant. So for presenting, I just want a volunteers. Since it is a workshop, we need somebody. It's not a webinar kind of thing. Yes, anybody?
Sir, I am Vijayalakshmi from Wales University, Chennai.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
it's a really eye-opening session, sir. So
okay, ma'am.
Today, I especially today's presentation was very pleased, sir. I have a lot of clarifications we got, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Kind words. Yes, ma'am. Will you be present tomorrow, ma'am? Will you be able to present?
I will try, sir.
Okay, ma'am. You just send me the presentation.
I will try, sir. I will do it, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Anybody?
And I have seen, sir, profile, lot of funding he has received. And especially so far, we have listened to many of the funding proposal titles, webinars, and offline mode. But in pharmacy, he is a right person. He is an expertise to explain all the things which we are facing. Because general talk means it will cover all the other engineering and all. Exactly. But it's highly specific. Really, it's a wonderful session, sir.
Yes, ma'am. If you send your presentation, the principal will be the moderator. Ramanathan sir will be the moderator to fine tune all your presentation, and will be discussing with you.
Yes, sir. I'll try.
So it is a good opportunity for everybody to get your presentation gets fine tuned. Anyone wants to try?
Yeah, I will try and send the mail.
Your name?
I am Dr. A. Vijayalakshmi.
Yes, ma'am. We noted, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, tomorrow's session will be shared over to UMC. Gopika, we can wind up.
Okay, with that, we shall wind up today's session. Thank you once again. I thank all the speakers and delegates for your valuable sessions, and the delegates once again. I thank you all for your kind cooperation. Let us rejoin tomorrow, correct sharp 9:30 a.m. So with that, we shall wind up the session. Thank you.